Hello, welcome back. I'm adjusting my sleeves, but that's not why you are here. No, that was hard. That's hard to do. Goddamn. No, I'm here because I watched Hoops. Now, I've made a video on Hoops and about how it's such a shit show, but I have not made a video on Velma, and there is a comment on that video saying Velma was much worse. So, like any sane human being would do, I watched one of the worst rated shows that I think exists ever, and I watched Velma. Now, for each show, there was one season. So, one season of Hoops, one season of Velma, 2 seasons of me wanting to kill myself. And one thing you have to realize is that I haven't dissected them yet. We are going to back up. So, let's start off with Hoops, because it's the established one on my channel. So, Hoops was horrible. There was no characters. They were all flat. Was that a bird? No, it's a dog. My window's open right now because my fan's broken, so there might be better audio. For Hoops, there wasn't any characters, really. It was just a bunch of static entities, if you can call them that really just kind of frolicked. Like, there was a little bit of character development at the end of the first season, but other than that, there wasn't much at all throughout the entire season. The only character development you could really, justify is the fact that we had some character traits that were displayed over and over again. One of them being irrational and insatiable and incessant anger by the main character of, Ben Hopkins? Still find it weird that the main character of the show is called Ben Hopkins and the person who created the show is Ben Hoffman. It's an autobiography. God, if that's an autobiography, I feel bad for that man. But anyways, so Hoops was a horrible, horrible show, and I'll take you through, I don't know, I can't remember much of it. It was a long time ago. I'll take you through the gist of it. There's a basketball coach who's really angry at his basketball students, and he wants the tall kid because he's tall, and basketball, and tall. I think that's the whole show. I was doing a bit as to how stupid the show was, but I think that is the show, because at the first episode, the guy is like, man, he won't play, and then he plays, and it's like, wow. And then at the end of the first season, the guy is like, he won't go to the college, and then he goes to the college, and then the guy's like, I'm going to the college with you. So, yeah, I think that is literally the entire show. Honestly. Now, Velma wasn't good. It has been said by many much better critics than me, but many nonetheless, that Velma could have been at least a decent show had they not slapped an essence of Scooby-Doo on the show. If instead of having Fred and Norville and Daphne and Velma, instead if they had Roger and Clark and Drake and Josh, maybe if they had those characters and it was kind of inspired by Scooby-Doo, that could be decent. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with a more adult take on the Scooby-Doo franchise, because Fred says fuck, come on. I think that could actually be a really great concept, putting the teens, instead of it being a ghost case, an actual fucking murder, and there's what the fuck? That could be a great idea. That could be a fantastic idea, but that's not what Velma was. No. As a person I know once said, it can't tell if it wants to make fun of woke people or be a woke people. And as much as I hate the term woke and calling someone woke, it's not inaccurate to say that, because it really is. It's just they have... It's hard to explain how bad the show is. But there's one kind of bad that it is that Hoops is not. It's funny bad. Hoops is plain bad, but Velma was funny, okay? It was funny because it was so shit. There were parts of Velma where it was trying to make a joke, and the joke was so obscure and dumb, I couldn't quite tell if it was a joke, so I laughed at the mere idea of a people in a board meeting going like, that would be funny for today's generation. That'd be hilarious. Like, I think they did say they were going to make a season 2. I hope that it's the mystery of the Skibidi toilet because they're trying to fit in with the next generation. God, I would fucking kill myself. The mystery of the Skibidi toilet. Yeah, what made it fucking funny in the first place? The Skibidi from Ohio. God. I'm going to keep this in the video, but I want you to know that I'm being at least majority ironic. So yes, it was stupid funny in the sense that it was trying to be somewhat serious in some parts. I think the stupidest part of it is that I don't know who the target audience is. Is it for adults who used to like Scooby-Doo but haven't had a new Scooby-Doo iteration since like the Scoob movie, but it's not really targeted towards adults? Or is it for kids? Because it really is like a kid's cartoon that just says fuck a lot. My idea is that it's for teenagers, like, I don't know, 14, 15-year-olds. I think my camera's crooked. I'm not re-recording this. I think it's for like 15-year-olds minimum, like 18, maybe 20 max. And it doesn't get it. It just doesn't get it. Like, the fact that they made Norville instead of Shaggy really rubs me the wrong way, and I wasn't even a Scooby-Doo fan. I was past the time of Scooby-Doo. When I was growing up, it was all SpongeBob and fucking Adventure Time. So I don't even know much about Scooby-Doo, if I'm being 100% honest, but they got rid of Shaggy, and then they made Shaggy, like, Norville's father therapist named, like, Clyde or some shit. It's dumb. So, yeah. But Velma, in my opinion, is far superior to Hoops. Because while Velma was bad, and I hated myself for watching it, while watching it, I laughed at Velma. There were some jokes in there that I laughed at, and they were trying to make me laugh at. And you know what? I feel, fuck you if you're like, hey, fuck you. I bet you haven't even watched the show, and if you have, you're right. It's incredibly unfunny, and I agree with you. But there are some parts that I laughed at. It's like Paradise PD. I hate the show, but I've still laughed at it before. You can hate a show and laugh at it when they try to make you laugh. But one thing that Hoops didn't have is humor. I sat through the entire first season. I didn't laugh once. Like, usually I make an exaggeration like, oh, I never laughed at that. No, this isn't an exaggeration. This is true. I didn't laugh at Hoops. I sat there and I was like, man, this is a show. So, yeah. At least Velma could do that. Even if most of the laughs, if not all of the laughs, were me laughing at the show and the ideas of the show and me making jokes about the show and me making jokes to make the show better for myself, then yeah, at least it made me laugh. With Hoops, there wasn't even wiggle room for me to crack a joke to myself. I could have looked at a rat and like, I don't know where this is going, and I don't like how my brain thought of it. I'm not fucking a rat. But yeah. So, dear commenter, you're wrong. Hoops is better than Velma in every case scenario. And if you honest to God doubt me, I challenge you to watch both shows. So yeah, quick side note before... Ignore that. Quick side note before I go is that my friend Monty made a YouTube video with me in it. Thank you, Monty. Heart, buddy. But he made a video with me in it, and it's pretty good, even though I haven't watched it, haven't had the time yet. But I imagine it's good. He makes good shit, so please go check him out just for the sake of he's funny. I'm sure his editing was funny, and I know that we had a lot of fun recording the video. And I'm not uploading that video on my channel because I don't want to steal his content in a way. Even if it is from my own perspective, still, I don't want to do that. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please check back again. Please subscribe. It'd be very much appreciated. And I will see you all in the next one.